So the first world domination event will be in Anaheim.
It will be in Anaheim, and we will be piggybacking off of Team 26. And so the spirit of the conference, the spirit of the event is that you are expected to build something, right? You're expected to walk out not hearing a sales pitch, not hearing just an infomercial, but rather things that you can go take back to your company and actually build.
So there'll be
Atlassian
Legos and Lincoln Logs and things like that at the event.
For the daycare, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Don't tempt me. I will be teaching people how to do workflows in Jira using Legos.
How do
So
you do
sign
that?
Don't worry, dude. I got 5 months to figure it out.
Mhm.
We are going to be coming back for an Encore in Dallas on October 27th.
This is the big one.
Yeah, this is the big
Yeah.
one. It's going to be a 3-day event instead of 2.
Mhm.
And this is going to be huge. We're pulling out all the stops for that one. And 10x the energy, 10x the effort, 10x the experience, like basically 10x the whole thing.
So I'm hearing this for the first time with our audience.
So we will be catching the live reaction of the things that we may or may not think is a good idea or not.
What you've signed me up for. Huh?
We'll see if you approve.
Just bring your checkbook.
Hey, everyone. Hey, I'm Sean Doyle. I'm here with Josh and Alex, and you guys have an event to tell me about.
Yeah, the 3 of us are co-hosting an event.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And we may or may not worked out some interesting details that we need to brief you on. And we figured, why not let you all understand and get to know the event so that everybody can appreciate it.
Yeah, so I'm hearing this for the first time with our audience.
You are basic. So we will be catching the live reaction of the things that we may or may not think is a good idea or not.
What you've signed me up for. Huh?
We'll see if you approve.
Just bring your checkbook. All right. So first thing, the first thing that we want to clarify is our name is Build It Together .events. Is our URL, but it's Build It Together. And we want to tell a little bit of the history of the IT, so right?
It.
But I think it was a good play on words there, right? We're building, and so the spirit of the conference, the spirit of the event is that you are expected to build something, right? You're expected to walk out not hearing a sales pitch, not hearing just an infomercial, but rather things that you can go take back to your company and actually build.
So there'll be
Atlassian tools.
Legos and Lincoln Logs and things like that at the event.
For the daycare, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Don't tempt me. I will be teaching people how to do workflows in Jira using Legos.
How do
So
you do
sign
that?
Don't worry, dude. I got 5 months to figure it out.
Now I'm curious. Is this going to be a session?
Yeah. So sign up. You will see. I will show you how to build an entire Jira workflow using nothing but Legos.
Now I'm extremely curious
Now
about how
you're
that
curious,
actually
yeah.
works. Wow. Okay.
Watch that be the most popular session.
Yeah,
All right,
probably.
so what are the big details?
Right. So the big details is obviously we have Build It Together, but Build It Together is not just one event. It's a corporation that we've actually incorporated together, and we plan on doing a series of events. And so this is one of 2 events
Of 2026.
of 2026, and we're actually going to start with our first event and then talk about our second event because, again, as the name implies, we got a little too excited. It's really what happened, and what it started as small intentions ended up like world domination and whatnot.
So the first world domination event will be in Anaheim.
It will be in Anaheim, and we will be piggybacking off of Team 26.
So we will be there a couple days ahead of Team 26. So come a couple days early and attend our event, and then spring load right into Teams.
Right. So we're doing 2 days, and Josh, you want to walk us through the first day?
Yeah, so the first day, we actually originally had an idea, and I want to bring this up because it, I think, ties into the event, but also the value that it brings. But the original idea was we have a tight, kind of smaller workshop day where we had just a very small group of people, some very high, very valued people in the Jira space who are very knowledgeable, go through and like teach something very specific, train on something very specific, and do like a Q&A, do a very interactive, very hands-on approach kind of day, but for a very small group. And what we've done is sort of took that idea
and then invited everybody.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
There's still a limit.
There's still a limit, but we kind of blended that with Sean and I had attended JFrog's event back in September, and they had a 2-day conference. But the day that we arrived, which was the third day or the first day of the event, there was a whole day of training that Sean and I were at the Jelly Belly factory. We missed out on, but it was a separate ticketed event, and you had very targeted, very specific JFrog related training. And so we figured, well, why not kind of try to mix a little bit of what you wanted and a little bit of that, and out came our May 4th event, which will be a full day event from 8 in the morning until basically 9 p.m. because there's a breakfast, there's a lunch, there's a dinner.
And that's on what, the Monday?
Monday. This will be the Monday, May 4th. And it's going to be, again, very targeted trainings. And we're focusing on 4 trainings. I don't even know which camera to look at. We got so many. But we're focusing on 4
We got
events.
4 cameras to say one each.
All right. So number
Each
one,
of you have a specific
you guys ever watch Hot Ones?
Yeah.
This camera, this camera, this camera. Tell us what you're working on. So anyways, we're going to have 4 events or 4 topics. We're going to focus from a development perspective on Forge. At ABS, I thought Forge was going to be our weakest sessions, and it ended up being the ones that were the most packed. So we figured that was pretty successful at ABS, which is an event that we did in October in Long Beach. We're like, let's bring Forge back and go even better, bigger and better coming in for that. Second topic is going to be on Rovo, but not just Rovo search and Rovo chat. That's too simple. We want to focus a little bit more on the studio aspect of it, which is building the agents with Rovo. Because while anybody should be able to create an agent, it's more of an art than a science. And so we want to guide people through the right steps, because as of this recording, Rovo agents, they require a little TLC to get working. And some might not even believe in them yet.
Who?
I don't know. Somebody with a nice black beanie.
I believe in them, that they exist. I'm just not convinced.
The Lockless monster?
So he's questioning the ultimate value.
Right.
But I do see the value. I just don't think it's quite capable enough to be like extremely, like, you use an agent, you're like, wow, that saved me 2 hours right there. That was awesome, super valuable, super easy to set up. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah. But that's kind of what we're trying to change with our event, is we want to bring you not just the topic, but we are going to have a workbook that will walk you through questionnaires and exercises and just help you have something tangible that you're going to take back to work and then actually go and implement these things in your business. And our focus is to bring you use case, business driven, actual examples that are actually valuable, right? Because there's one thing to make 800 agents, like even Atlassian have mentioned. It's another thing to make something that's actually useful.
Yep, absolutely.
And we're focusing on the useful part.
So I think you mentioned Forge and agents, Rovo agents.
We got 2 more.
There's 2 more.
Want to do the other one too?
I'll do the other 2. Yeah, we got project management, which sort of blurs the lines between technical and non-technical teams. So Alex's kind of idea for this was everything from ideation and intake all the way through delivery. So how to use Jira very practically for project management, for software teams. That'll kind of blur the lines between all of these. But for the people that use Jira and want to maybe dive in and use it better, or maybe some teams use Jira, but they want to like get the rest of the company in Jira, I think that's a fantastic track for it. And then the last one, we originally wanted to do ITSM, but we went with enterprise service management.
Just broaden it out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of at least what we do at grid.io is ITSM, but then the company's like, hey, why don't we bring HR into this? Why don't we bring customer support into this? And Jira can do that. So why not kind of show the capabilities that it has and how you could integrate all of your, enterprise, even if you're a small company, service management into Jira.
So kind of a play on Jira for teams, but this is
JSM for teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, some additional details, because those are the 4 topics. And again, you'll get the workbook, you'll get the exercises, you'll get the instructor-led participation and whatnot. But the biggest change is from at least the schedule that we have published to the new schedule that we're going to be publishing here is, instead of 90-minute sessions and running through them, we want to give our instructors ample time to dive into the material. We want to give you, the attendees, ample time to ask questions, try it out. This whole thing for this Monday, May 4th is bring your laptop kind of day, right? If you don't bring your laptop, you're going to miss out on a lot. And so we want to give folks enough time to ask the questions, try them out, work through the examples, get your frustrations out, have the expert in the room, and walk out with a working example. So we're going to spread out the time so that the majority of the conference, or specifically that date, is the workshop.
Mhm.
And then at the end, we wanted to still go back to Josh's idea. So we're going to bring everybody back together at the end and then have more of a ask me anything type of thing. And if you want to talk back with what you had in mind with that scaling workshop.
Yeah, so we have the experts that have done all this a million times before, and it's a lot more interactive in that Q&A type of a vibe where we have still that smaller group of people because we're not allowing like hundreds of people to sign up for this. We still want it a little bit more tight knit. But what's going to happen there is everything that we walked through should give you a lot of context on what you could build, and even kind of walk through and build that during the actual track. And then you could go through and like do Q&As. How can I apply this to what we're doing? I'm running a node blocker here. What would you do in my scenario? Things like that, where you could get like very practical help that you would normally have to like hire a consulting firm for.
Yeah, because not only our experts are going to be there, but the speakers are going to be
Yeah, so we're going to have a
Yeah.
couple of,
Yeah.
we're going to phone a friend essentially. And
Mhm.
for that latter part, we're going to try to broaden the experts in the room and bring a couple of our friends, because all of our other experts that are in the Atlassian ecosystem, they're all going to be at the event as well.
Yep.
And so we're going to phone a friend and bring in, really try to get maybe a dozen or so experts to really just be able to field any kind of question.
Yeah.
And so after you learn something practical and something hands-on, you'll pick one of the 4 tracks. Spoilers, we're going to do something very similar in October, 6 months later.
Mhm.
And so if
I'm
you
not
pick,
sure if it's a spoiler if we already said there was 2 events, but
Yeah.
the spoiler is going to be pick a track that you like and then come back in October and then pick a different track, right? So that way you
now don't come back to the same location, because we're actually going to be in Dallas.
Yeah, we'll yeah, that's a spoiler.
No,
We'll be
we
doing
announced
2
Dallas,
events.
too.
Yeah. Well, for the audience here, we haven't disclosed that information.
Okay.
We'll
I
get
wasn't
to
sure
Dallas.
what's been disclosed.
We'll
or
get
not
to
yet.
Dallas in October in just a minute, but
Okay.
basically, again, pick a track, send another coworker, right? So we suspect that most companies might want to do 1 or 2 tracks. So bring a friend, right? And then
But sign up early, because there is a cap on attendance.
there is a cap. Yeah, we are doing a hard cap because we want to keep it intimate, as you said. We want to make sure that we can answer your questions, right? And we want to make sure that the instructors aren't
Yeah.
overwhelmed with like just hundreds and hundreds of attendees.
You kind of lose the value of that tight knit feel and like smaller community, more workshop-y type vibe. And once it gets 100 plus, it's more conference-y. And that's what we're trying to kind of avoid with this training day in specific.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to take the thunder away from the big conference that happens.
We're not. So we're
once-
intentionally doing this the day before. So basically, for you, if you're watching this, you want to book your flight at least 1 day before. Maybe come in Sunday night. We are going to get started at 8:30 in the morning. So technically, you can get a 6 a.m., 5 a.m. flight out of the East Coast and try to make it early in the morning. But
And
I
are
wouldn't
we
risk it.
hosting any get-togethers in Disneyland?
we may. So we're anticipating again 50 to 100 people,
Mhm.
and so we're going to be going to the Garden Walk, which is about
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
know, quarter of a mile
Yeah.
away from the venue. And that's another huge benefit is our venue location is adjacent to the conference.
Yes.
Mhm.
So and adjacent to
Something
all the hotels
We
that,
have
that
led
are,
with that. Yeah.
yes, we should.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, if you're coming to team,
Yeah,
you
it's
pretty much
right
come
there.
2 days early. You come to this event and you get way more value here, to be frank. And then you go to team and have fun.
Yeah, I mean that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah.
Just, team is going to be just to talk to people and say hi.
Yep.
But
Network. Mhm.
I don't plan on attending anything because all the sessions are so sales pitchy.
Mhm.
Most of the sessions are done by Atlassian.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we don't mean to demean the team's conference.
Yeah, pay your dues over there. But this is really I feel like this is where you're gonna come and learn a lot of the more hands-on things that you just can't. Even if team had it, right? Because I hosted a session last year. It was 100 minutes long, and it was in depth, right? I walked people through a whole thing, but it was one session out of hundreds of sessions, right?
And it was still only 90 minutes.
Yeah, and it still was only 90 minutes. And it was the last session on the last day. So everybody was like burned down and tired by then.
Yeah.
And so a team just doesn't have a lot of this hands-on type of learning.
So just to clarify, basically what we're doing is you come and you pick one track. The one track is the full day. There's no like 4 sessions. You kind of go bounce around between sessions. You pick one track. It's either Forge, it's Agents, it's Enterprise Service Management, or Project Management.
Right.
And you're like committed to that thing. And it's essentially 4 hours of a session, kind of all packed, and there's going to be some breaks in between,
And lunch.
and yeah, and lunch and
You
dinner,
can't forget lunch.
Yeah.
and then the breakouts or
Right.
the Q&A at the end, and you're
then-
going to go in and actually build and learn something. And I know we did this at ABS, but still those sessions were an hour
Again,
long.
very quick 60 seconds, 60 minutes, right? You can't get a whole lot in there. This is really designed. The workbook will have basically a guided playbook
Yeah.
that we're going to walk through, right? So you're not rushed. I think that's a really key point, because in 60 minutes, you're
regardless
rushed.
which track they pick, they get the workbook for the entire event, right?
Of course,
Mhm.
absolutely. Now that we promised that. So keep it from when you come to Dallas.
So my question here would be, like, as a business owner or as someone who's looking at this event, so what are we going to get? It's like, what's the ultimate value for
here's
me?
my 2 cents, right? You guys as an audience, right, as a customer of Atlassian, you're paying thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not some are even in the millions range, right?
Yeah.
And you're using how much of the tool?
Yeah.
Right? And then even for those of you that are using the tool extensively, like how much of that are you using it to its fullest potential? We're going to be taking our topics, and these are like state-of-the-art, groundbreaking topics, right? Atlassian's documentation doesn't include half the stuff, so we're figuring it out to teach it to you. And so that's the biggest value, I think, is that you're already investing in all these technologies. It's costing you, from an annual perspective, a lot of money, and this is the one place where you can send your team to actually get trained to learn how to use these things.
Yeah, you may be the only Atlassian administrator in your company, and this would be a valuable event to learn what you don't know you need to learn.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because notice that we're not teaching you how to do a workflow.
Yeah.
Right. We're
Yeah.
not teaching you how to custom fields.
You could learn that anywhere.
We're
that's the-
expecting that to be the
that's the
base
baseline.
knowledge.
You
Yeah.
could, if you want to learn that, you go to Alex Ortiz or Ape Tech on YouTube, and you get a library of content.
Right. So this is not basic stuff, right? These are business value driven workshops and examples
Mhm.
that we are putting our heart and soul into.
And for the people that want to know what are the specifics, because we kind of had a list going. So like, let's go over each of these tracks and just hit on the main points of what are we diving into with each of these.
Yeah. So we'll have this on our website as well, but on the Rovo Agents, we're going to basically walk you through the UI, because there's a whole studio on it, right? And then we're going to walk you
What
again.
is the studio?
So Rovo Studio is part of, if you're on the premium version of Jira or Enterprise, and I believe standard at some point, because Atlassian in Barcelona did announce that Studio or agents are coming down to standard. So in the top left corner of Jira's UI, it's a little grid, and you click on it, you go all the way to the bottom, like all the way down. There's a studio button there, and that studio is where you basically go build an agent. Now, if you've ever built an automation rule, it's going to look and feel similar,
Mhm.
but this is like automation rules on steroids.
Kind of like a GPT.
Yeah, you're basically, you're building a GPT, you're building a gem if you're on the Gemini side. And
Yeah.
I don't know what Claude's doing with the agents, but it's an agent, right? But it's a builder, it's a workflow builder
Yeah.
kind of that type of scenario.
And
we're gonna-
ultimately, it's like, how do we get this to actually save us a ton of time?
Right, because I mentioned earlier, right? Even Atlassians make hundreds and hundreds of these agents, but
Mhm.
only a handful are actually valuable. So we're going to show you how to think about it, how to not, like a lot of mistakes to not repeat, because at this point, agents and studios still kind of new.
And they're limited. And one example of that is I actually created an agent a few days ago, which created SOWs based on what we are putting into Jira for like our clients and all that. And there's a limitation currently that does not allow you to upload a document. So I can't upload a template and say, reference this. So you have to find little workarounds where I just created a Confluence doc, told it to look at this Confluence doc as the template, and then reference that and create me an SOW from whatever I'm looking at. So little things like that, where you could have just looked at it and been, okay, here's the limitation, can't do anything about it and move on. Here's how you work around that and actually use it to your advantage.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. And, but to fast forward a little bit, because we still got 3 more events to talk about.
Yeah.
On the Forge side, we're going to basically help you figure out and understand some of the limitations of Jira, and then how you can augment those limitations by you in-house building things in Forge. So these aren't things you're going to sell. This is not a whole marketplace thing. This is like, oh, I wish Jira can do this. Well, guess what? With a little bit of luck and a whole lot of skill, you too can build something with Forge. And on the project management side, I think the biggest advantage here, right, is we have all these tools, JSM, we have Jira Product Discovery, we have Jira, we have Jira Plans. We cherry pick little pieces and nuggets of the tools, but to use it holistically, and streamline an entire process end to end, like this is going to show you how to really get the most bang out of your buck for the tools.
And I've worked with a lot of companies that want to do that, but don't know how to do that.
Right.
And like they dream of having one tool that does everything, which Jira and Atlassian do, but they're at the dead end of like, okay, what do we do now? What's our next step? We have all these tools. What do we do? And this is exactly what we'll do.
My favorite thing is I'll jump on a client call and somebody's like, I wish I could see the backlog of 2 projects. I'm like, hold my beer. Watch this. Watch this. I'm about to blow your mind, right? But there's also a practicality of it, right? It's not as simple as like, okay, pull in a bunch of work and let me see it. Like there's some method to the madness, and we're going to walk you through those very strategic steps, because I've driven multi-million-dollar projects at $150,000 a day burn rate using these technologies and using these skills that we're going to be showing you.
And for the Forge, what I really like about that is that you can build this and you don't have to pay for it.
Right.
An app you have to consistently pay for. So if you come to this event and you're able to build one agent or one Forge app that allows you to not use a third-party solution, you're probably already saving money within 6 months.
And I'm looking over at my producers, but minimal to no coding required on Forge, right?
Right.
Like you don't have to come in like you don't have to come in being a C++ expert to get value out of the workshop.
No, not at all.
So you need to understand JavaScript, but we're gonna walk you through a lot of the basics.
Coding.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna vibe code our way through it, and even in Atlassian at Team Barcelona, they announced that vibe coding through Forge app is a feature that they're really investing into, even helping with Rovo.
Yeah.
So at some
available in 2030.
Yeah. or luckily, hopefully, fingers crossed, available by the time we get to Dallas.
Hopefully.
So maybe by the time we get to Dallas, we can show you how to build a Rovo agent with Forge.
One of the coolest things they showed was the reporting, the reporting capabilities with the
Forge.
vibe coding.
Yeah.
And if you think of the alternatives, right, rich filters, custom charts, all those tools, they're very expensive. So if you have this capability, you could immediately save so much money.
Yeah. So we'll have a dinner after that. And then a lot of opportunities to network and just hang out.
Enterprise service management.
And then enterprise service management. Sorry, go ahead, do that one.
Enterprise service management. So anything related to IT, HR, procurement, assets, anywhere where you have someone who asks for something, requests something.
Any type of ticketing system.
Yeah, any kind of a need where you have some kind of workflow, maybe an approval, that is all enterprise service management. Right. And a lot of people don't know what that is, but it's really just someone needs something, they need to ask, and they need approval. Someone needs to help them.
They need to be put in a queue or something like that.
Yeah, because usually there's a lot of requests coming in, and a lot of what we're going to talk about is how do you actually build this kind of an enterprise service management solution that works well, using some AI agents to like augment some of that workload. Setting up approvals, assets is going to be a big one. It's a big one for a lot of teams. So all that things related to enterprise service management we'll be covering.
Yep, and then again the dinner.
And the dinner,
which I think
the best part.
I mean, to me, for the dinner,
not for the food, but when we had ABS,
but it will be good food, right?
It will be good food. There's some good food.
As good as chubby cattle.
It's hard to compete, but there is something very similar, if I'm not mistaken, across the street where there's like a very similar
Korean
style.
barbecue.
Yeah. And is this garden walk inside the Red Line?
It is within the Red Line.
Okay.
Yes. Did you ever meet our Red Line? I'll have to tell you about the Red Line. All right.
Red Lion?
No, Red Line.
The Red Line.
So, okay. So I was born and raised in Anaheim. We're going to go there for just 2 seconds. I was born and raised in Anaheim. So I call it Anacrime. And there's places that you shouldn't be next to, and there's places that are totally safe, right? But the entire area around the Disneyland Resort, as the moment you go beyond a half-a-mile radius, is a really bad area. And people on Slack were like, oh, we're going to get an Airbnb here and no Airbnb over there. I was like, there's regions that you should avoid at all costs if you want, because the only thing I can think of is like there's a lot of partying at Team. And for you to be walking back at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, a little intoxicated through the hood might not be your best idea. So I came up with the Red Line. I said, you can get an Airbnb as long as you stay within this magical red line of a border around the Disneyland Resort.
Then we all picked on them.
So the moment you go across the street, it's game over.
It's game over, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to mess around with crossing that red line. Sean actually physically crossed the red line.
I did.
Yeah. How'd it go?
I'm still alive.
No, but the story that he came to my house, and as they were driving back,
Oh,
their
with Valerie, yeah.
their GPS went red.
Yeah, the GPS in the rental car went blank, and then there was a red line across. Like,
Just
oh
as you
my
passed.
God, we
That's
crossed
good.
the red line.
So it's not just a myth. Okay, but that's Anaheim. That's Monday. And the reason I was telling you about the whole networking that I'm excited for, not the food, is at ABS. I told people like the best conversations of your life are going to happen at 10 p.m. All right, and the premise behind the network is when the skills stuff, the learning stuff, when we're done with all that, you're going to be much more relaxed, and it's going to be an opportunity to go network and talk with other people,
talk to the peers,
and that to me, any conference is the most important part, is being able to speak with other people, like-minded people that share the same frustrations, that share the same problems, maybe even solve your problem already. And you just don't like that in itself is worth thousands of dollars for me.
You'll find people in your same vertical and that have the same problem.
Lifelong connections on LinkedIn. Like we have already everybody that did hang out at 10 p.m. Like these are really long-lasting relationships of people who are coming to ACE events, then being guests. Like it's invaluable in my opinion. So that's why I'm looking forward more to the dinner. All right, so let's take a quick pause.
Take a break.
And we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So that was Monday. Tuesday, the day of team, we are expecting about 500 people. Whoa, too many. We're expecting about 300 to 400 people. And this is going to be basically a mini Dallas event in just one day. We're going to have 12 sessions. It's going to run from 8 in the morning until 3 p.m. And it's strategic at 3 p.m. because guess what starts at 3 p.m.? Team 26. And strategically, we're about 1 minute walking distance to the Expo Hall. So we're going to end it at 2:59, and you are not going to miss out on anything. You'll still be able to stampede and run into the Expo Hall and get your free t-shirts. Awesome. That's my priority. But anyway, so basically what we wanted, and we were thinking, we got our noggin together, and we're like, how can we provide some value? Because I've been at team early, and you're just hanging out outside for hours waiting for the Expo Hall to open, and you're just chilling like a villain and nothing much to do. We're like, well, why don't we give the people what they really want and like do some sessions?
Ooh.
Dallas, we will have an ice cream cart.
We will have
Please, producer. I'm looking at my producer for
Team,
an ice cream cart.
write that down.
Yes, ice cream cart before teams. Yeah.
So if you're coming to Dallas, again, spoilers, there will be an ice cream cart. But anyway, so for Tuesday morning, right, we wanted to give you a reason. You're already coming to team. There's nothing to do until 3 p.m.
Well, unless you're a partner or a community
right, but we're not
leader.
targeting partners and champions, right? We're targeting customers. We're targeting you that use these Atlassian tools, and you're coming to team to learn more. We want to give you the best opportunity to learn more, and that's going to be here at our event. And unlike the Monday event, which is very targeted, very specific, this one's going to be 12 sessions. We're partnering up with partners. We're partnering up with champions, which are basically Atlassian cheerleaders. They don't necessarily work for Atlassian, but they love Atlassian as much as we do. And so basically we're pulling in some of our friends, and you're going to pick from 12 sessions. We're going to run 3 in parallel, 3 tracks, 4 sessions throughout the day.
And we'll be finished by 3.
And we'll be done by 3. You'll be able to make it to team. We will have a lunch. We will have a breakfast. And so it's
not in that order.
No. We will have a breakfast. We will have a lunch. And again, it's an opportunity to, in a very similar style to Monday sessions, but 55 minutes sessions, right?
Okay.
And so it's a little bit more rapid pace, but it's still use case driven. It's still real world, real examples. We aren't doing sales pitches again, right? This is going to be
technical sessions.
And so one of the examples that we've been gearing up just to kind of get you guys excited, we're partnering up with Revise, who's going to be one of our speakers here. We're going to have 11 others, right? So don't freak out. We're not targeting just one, but this is just an example just to kind of, whet your palate here and get you excited for
what we're showcasing Revise right now.
Yeah, we're showcasing Revise. But essentially, they're going to focus on a couple use cases, right? And the biggest use case that they're going to be highlighting is when you are a Jira administrator and you have your production environment and you go create a sandbox, it's very easy to take your production data and move it to the sandbox because there's a button and it moves it that way. Bringing it back, that's a whole another problem, right? Most of the time, you're manually recreating things. I have created hundreds of automation rules for a solution, and I fat fingered something on the way back, right? And it's horrible, right? It's you miss a transition on the workflow. You spent all this time architecting a beautiful solution in the sandbox, so you don't screw up your production environment, only to
there's
forget to.
no way to promote it.
Yeah, there's no way,
Yeah.
and you forget to set the resolution on the workflow. You forget to add a required field somewhere, and it's just a mess, right? The whole thing,
Yep.
it's not a good look. So Revise, they're like, well, we have a solution that takes your sandbox and moves it to the production environment, cherry pick whatever you want, you choose, and they're just gonna walk you through their UI, and they're gonna walk you through their examples, and again, you're gonna learn something that hopefully blows your mind a little bit.
That's awesome.
And so we're gonna have 12 of those sessions.
And these 2 days are essentially one event, and there's 2 pass options.
There is
Option 1 is the training day and sort of the conference day.
So you're gonna get
Option
both for
2
one price.
is just the conference day.
Correct.
So it's one event, but you kind of choose your own adventure.
Correct. You can come to one. Now remember, the training day, the Monday, is going to be very limited seating. So if you're going to jump on this, don't hesitate, because
I believe it's 50 seats right now.
Yeah.
That's limit. As of today.
Minimum. Yeah, but we do have a high seating of max of 100. So once we hit that, that's it. No more. We're not opening up any seats. On the Tuesday side, though, we do have 300 to 400 attendees that we're expecting.
And how much people go to Team?
How many people?
Yeah.
Team is expecting 5,000 attendees.
5,000. So this is a small fraction of people who will be at Team who would want to go here. So there's probably a pretty large number of people that can just come a couple days early and see the value in this. So yeah, if you're gonna do this, jump on it quick, because it's probably gonna go.
And we're making it affordable, right? We didn't want to make it completely free, because for ABS it was completely free. We had 300 plus people show up, and 150 people showed up. So we had a 50% show rate. We don't want that, right? Our partners are going. We're going to put a lot of effort into it. Our partners are going to put a lot of effort to it. So we didn't want to do something that was too cheap that you're like, I can throw that away. So we're going to price it appropriately at $50, which is going to be just enough for you.
$47.
$47, which is going to be
$3.
You can get a discount right now.
You're already going to discount. Thanks to Sean. Thanks to Josh. But yeah, so just enough so that, again, you remember that you put $47 down, so you don't forget about it.
And is that for both days, or that's just for
that's for the conference? That's for the conference.
And if you're there early on the day of Team, you might as well pay the $47. Come eat breakfast and lunch and chill, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna. That's less than you're probably gonna pay if you go out and eat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're gonna get
especially next to Disney.
Especially next to Disney. Yeah. And then if you wanted to do the Monday and the Tuesday, it's gonna be $997, and so that's gonna include the workbook, the whole day of training, the dinner, the breakfast, and the lunch. Not in that particular order, because apparently I eat weird. And then it'll include the Tuesday session as well, right? So it'll include, basically you're getting 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and a dinner for that $1,000 price. Which, again, if you go to a dinner around the Anaheim Resort, you're spending $200-300 already just on food. So that's
For sure.
that's a lot. Like breakfast, what you guys were running at IHOP, what, $60 for 4? 8? No, you spent almost $100, right? For 4 people for a breakfast. So you're looking at a $25 breakfast, at least a $30 to $50 lunch, and another $50-$60 dinner. And so
and no one's talking Atlassian to you.
Yeah, nobody. And you don't get to hang out with us, which that itself is worth the ticket price. We should charge people for that.
So is any other value of the full price ticket?
Of the $997?
Yeah.
So it's access to training and the conference day together, so you don't have to pay for them separately. Yeah, the workbook is huge, because it's not just you coming in and sitting down and being like, okay, here's how I do XYZ. It's here's the workbook that takes you through it. You take notes, you go through it, and then you could easily re-implement something like this a month, a year, 2 years later, hand it off to your team. A lot of value there.
But not only that, but you're already approved to come to Team. So you just got to book the hotel 1 extra day. You got to book the flight just 1 extra day. And so it's not going to cost you a whole lot.
Who's not going to approve $47? I mean, that's not.
No, but even for the $997, right? Like it's just 1 extra day, right? Like corporate training for us to come out to your company, like that'd be tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then to get this level of experts as well in the room, that's you're well into the 50, 60.
In our school community, we charge $1,000 to do 1 hour session.
Yeah.
So this is a steal.
So if they pay the full price for both days, is they something else we're giving them if they were going to go to the Dallas?
Oh, absolutely. Jeez, thank you for being so clear, Sean.
Well, I had to lead you into that.
So for all of our attendees, right? For all of our attendees that become basically fans of the event, as we mentioned, and I think we're ready to wrap up our Anaheim event. We are going to be coming back for an Encore in Dallas on October 27th. This is
the big one.
Yeah, this is the big one. It's going to be a 3-day event instead of 2. And this is going to be huge. We're pulling out all the stops for that one. And if any of you attended ABS, the Atlassian Builder Summit, 10x that,
Oh,
10x,
yeah.
10x the energy, 10x the effort, 10x
Mhm.
the experience, like basically 10x
Yeah.
the whole thing.
We just booked the venue. Venue's phenomenal.
A great venue.
Great
yeah.
location. Yeah. Awesome place.
There will be ice cream trucks or
Ice
an
cream
ice cream
trucks,
truck.
Apparently,
yes.
we're now doing ice cream trucks. We're committed to the ice cream.
Yes.
Ice cream cart or truck.
Yeah,
one
there
of the
will be
two.
ice cream. There will be ice cream. That's the favorite thing that Sean and I like to get at when we go to conferences. But yeah, so as a fan and as a supporter of your learning, we're going to be giving you an exclusive discount to come to Dallas.
Yep. Do we know what that discount is? No,
I'm
we
sure it's on a conference page somewhere.
We'll have to look at that.
There will be graphic above us that will
Right
give
here,
us the details.
our editors will put the price in the discount. But yeah, so there's some benefit, right, to continue your learning. And
Mhm.
Atlassian changes so much in a 6-month span
Yes.
that for between Team Anaheim, which will be in early May,
Yeah.
by the time we have our event,
Yeah.
Atlassian did something very, very major.
Yeah. And
They had
we've-
another event.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
would have had time to learn everything announced in May and implement it over the summer and have that ready for
But not only
content in
that,
October.
but Atlassian will have their
The-
Team Europe
They
event.
should.
They should. Fingers
It
crossed.
hasn't been announced
Right,
yet,
it
as
has-
far as I know.
Right. But patterns Atlassian.
2 years, a 2-year pattern.
Yeah, 2-year
That's
patterns.
not a
Atlassian.
huge pattern.
Don't come at us. Atlassian. Do you know how much trouble we've got? You know how much trouble he's gotten into for something that I didn't even do, but a guest of mine did. We had a guest one time.
Okay, I don't think this story should be the commercial. It is a funny story, but after.
Just 2 seconds.
Uh,
Sean got in trouble for something a guest of ours did
yeah.
Okay.
because
was
we
it?
predicted something that Atlassian does on a yearly cycle.
And you got in trouble.
We got in trouble
Yeah.
for announcing it, and so
We-
every
Team?
We had a lawyer call us saying that was not privy to, and we're
Ooh.
like, we didn't even know.
so now whenever we mention something that we know Atlassian's going to do from a behavioral standpoint, we make it known that Atlassian, you have a pattern, you repeat that pattern. 2 European events will imply a 3rd European event. That's all I can say. And 2 of the 3 events have been in October in Europe, so I would anticipate.
When are they going to have an Australian event?
I don't know.
That's what I want.
That's what they do
I
their
think
team tour. No,
Teams should be in Australia.
I don't know that I want to do a
Hmm.
17-hour flight to Australia.
Yeah.
But I want a reason to expense a vacation in Australia. That I guess we can leave in the commercial.
All right, so we will be doing a Dallas event
Mhm.
again, right? October 27th to the 29th. Very similar to Anaheim, where we're gonna have a training day on the Tuesday,
Mhm.
then Wednesday and Thursday are gonna be conferences.
Yeah.
Now expect we're gonna have at least 20 sessions, at least,
Mhm.
right? And then
Multiple
we're gonna
tracks again.
and
yeah.
yeah, multiple tracks, 4 tracks, 20 sessions. So over there, we're doing basically a lot of what we're doing for our training, right? So we're gonna have Rovo with the agents and chat and search and everything there. We're gonna have more, even more Forge by then. We're gonna have Jira administration. So this is where we are gonna pivot a little bit, right? We're gonna do more hands-on, more advanced Jira administration things, and then we're gonna have the ESM, the Enterprise Service Management.
Mhm.
So project managers, we're going to leave you out on that one. So sorry. Maybe we'll have a bonus round.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
But the first day is a training day, right? Which we're going to reemphasize our workshops. We're going to
Mhm.
update our workbook. We're going to have everything that we took from Anaheim and basically
2 weeks
modernizing it. Yeah, modernizing and basically make it better. based on the
And
new
we have a
information.
couple of killer speakers already secured.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
No,
So
no reveals yet, but
they're high
Okay.
profile
high
individuals.
profile. Yeah.
All right.
They're very, very high
Good.
profile.
Mike,
teasers.
Mike. Just kidding.
We actually spoilers, this
Mhm.
time is a spoiler. We made some ads and we may or may not have used a rotary phone over there. And we may or may not have called MCB and asked them to come to our event.
We called Mike. We did not specify MCB. We just called a
All right,
Mike.
yeah, we called it Mike.
There's a lot of people named Mike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we called him Mike and we're like, yeah, come down.
Mike
Uh,
really wanted to go to our event in Dallas. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
So it might not be that high profile, but these 2 individuals I think are really important to the Atlassian ecosystem. We're actually going to try to make it 3. We're going to try to get 2. One of them will be a former Atlassian. One of them is a current Atlassian, and another one is one of Atlassian's biggest cheerleaders.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So we have
cheerleaders. Even I don't know who that is. You?
No, even bigger than me. Even bigger than me.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Only one person comes to mind.
Only one. Well, we'll tell you when the mics come off. But yeah, no, it's
You'll
gonna
have
be
to,
fun.
yeah. Everyone else will have to wait and see for the announcements coming soon.
Yeah, we're gonna headline some really cool things, and then we're gonna have awesome partners that are gonna be there. We're gonna have a full expo,
Mhm.
right? Oh, and even in Anaheim, we're gonna have a mini expo on
Expo.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
as well,
Dallas will be like a full blown expo,
with ice
like a
cream.
legitimate conference. Yeah, ice
With
cream.
ice cream.
Yep, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, so we'll have a full expo then. Oh, and for Dallas, we're giving everybody the bigger book of Atlassian, the unofficial bigger book of Atlassian.
Unofficial bigger book.
Yeah, so we're gonna revise that, the big book of Atlassian. We're gonna revise it. We're gonna add a whole section on Rovo. We're gonna expand deeply the Forge section, and then for the project managers, we'll add some more love there too. So you at least get that. But every attendee will get a copy of the bigger book of Atlassian, physical in hand.
That alone is worth it.
Yeah, that alone is worth the price of admission. But yeah, so it's basically, again, it's a little bit more of that, but we're going to be announcing our call to speakers very soon. So once we get our speakers set up, we're going to be able to share with you all the topics on the training day, right? It's going to be, again, more Forge, more Rovo, more Jira administration, more ESM. So a lot not exactly the same, because there's going to be iterations, right? There's new information that Atlassian comes out, and we'll just have different use cases.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and so the price for that event, which will be up here because I don't remember them, but
The price of that event is very similar.
$997, I think, for the
I think it was $995.
$995. But we're playing with sevens. Which
We'll
you let us
see.
know which one you like more, the 6 or the 7.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Can't, you're too old for that. I'm too old for that.
No, you're fine. What happens when we have Gen Zs on the call? And I'm a millennial, and I don't know what Sean is.
And then, so the training day is just about the same price, and then the conference day is 2-day conference, more value, $250.
$250 with the book, right?
And that's early bird pricing.
That is early bird pricing.
It's gonna go up very, very soon. I believe March is the March 1st. Price goes up.
Price goes up
So
March
very,
1st.
very soon.
Yeah, price goes up March 1st.
$950 is the price.
Yes, $950. That's what it is.
$950,
Okay,
yes.
there we go. We knew there was a 5 and a 9 in there somewhere, but not a 6, 7. Sorry.
We should make it $967.
No, we should not.
Price will go from $950 to $967 on March 1st. And we'll be there only for one day. No, we should have done it on April 1st.
We should have made the conference at Anaheim $67.
Well, it's not too late, right?
It is not too late.
We'll keep it at 47.
Okay, at the door pricing will be $67.
There we go. I like
that's
that.
good. I like
I
At
that.
like
the door
that,
pricing.
yeah.
So sign up and get your free tickets first. Otherwise, you're gonna be paying $67,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to explain to everybody why.
You're gonna be looking at your boss saying, "I don't know why I overpaid."
Not only that, but we're gonna make sure that we put on every badge. I paid $67.
So this was all our viral marketing going back 6-7 months.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we might even teach 6 or 7 use cases as well.
6 to 7 tracks. Yeah.
Man, I wonder how many things we can do with 6 or 7 things at Atlassian.
Probably too many.
You know what?
Yeah.
Advertisement video, 6 or 7 reasons why you should attend our big conference.
I like that. We're gonna do that one.
Oh man. So yeah.
All right. So this is a wrap.
October 27th through the 29th,
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas, downtown. We hope to see you there. Again, we're going to be having some good headlining guests. We're going to have amazing speakers. Again, don't expect any sales presentations. Expect to come away
Value.
learning.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the key thing. Value.
These are technical sessions.
This one though, so the training on that Tuesday, we are limiting at 100 people, and then the conference itself will be 500. So there's thousands and thousands of people in the world. There's millions of users of Atlassian. We got room for 500 of them. ABS, we had 300, right? 300 interested folks. So that's 200 more. The big takeaway though is everything's bigger in Texas, and so is the population, and so is the demand. And so we are partnering up with the ACE chapters in Dallas and in Austin and in Houston, and they're going to bring their A game as well. So
great.
If you are not a Texas resident and you want to attend this event, sign up soon, because the rest of Texas might just take all the seats.
We already have several people who signed up, and we have no speaker announcements, no official schedule. That like people are so interested in this and so like bought in because of ABS and previous stuff we've done that they're buying this without even knowing what it
And
is.
just wait until we release our 6 or 7 ads we're going to be releasing.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh, there's way more than that coming, but we recorded
67 ads.
No, we actually recorded, I think, close to 20 today. I think if we remix everything,
Yeah.
we're going to be right at 20. So 20 ads running through all
But our
these. We're
target is
gonna
now
be promoting them.
67 ads. Between now and October.
Well, hopefully what we just record now is like multiple.
About 6 or 7 of them.
All right.
All right. I'm going to stop with my 67 because I'm getting bad
Alex
eyes
has
from my-
kids that are young.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
That, and apparently we'll never be able to have a bit conference in Ohio because apparently something bad
What's in
happened.
Ohio?
I don't know, but my 9-year-old is terrified of Ohio.
'Cause
Just
they eat
absolutely
their
terrified.
dogs
He
there?
will not. If we have to drive to Ohio, he will like make me reroute around the entire state. Something this next
Well,
generation.
Ohio is a whole state. It's more than a city.
No. He's discriminating against the entire state.
Okay.
But the entire state of Ohio is blacklisted apparently for every 9-year-old in America. I do not know why, but it's a bad All right, folks.
Well,
thank you so much. Appreciate you. And again, we're looking forward to bringing this phenomenal, not just 1, but 2 events to y'all to help you level up your skills. And appropriately so, we're in a 8-bit themed type of theming. And so leveling up, playing some games and having fun is definitely going to be at the heart of it.
Yeah.
So make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Thanks, everyone.